Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Echo and welcome back today to this week's Minecraft 1.9 snapshot review. I'm here today with Snapshot 16w03a, and once again this week not much has changed in the snapshot. However, I'll be showing you the minor changes and the bugs that they have fixed in this week's snapshot. Again, I am convinced we're coming towards the end of Minecraft 1.9 because the bugs have drastically reduced and the things that the developers are tweeting are convincingly saying that 1.9 will soon be here. Also, Mojang have been once again focusing on Colbert release, which is their new game, which is coming at the beginning of February. They've been tweeting a whole bunch of this, telling us that the developers have been mainly focusing on that. I also want to take the time in today's snapshot review to kind of recap on some of the other things that have been introduced in 1.9. I can't cover all of them because this update is actually a really big update. I cannot wait for it. I will be bringing you guys a Let's Play, and if you do enjoy this video, be sure to thumbs it up. I appreciate all the support. So let's go to single player. I have a world already created. And the one change that I have noticed in this week's snapshot, again, is to do with spawners. Now, previously, in last week's snapshot, I showed you guys that Mojang have now made it that spawners and mobs such as the ghast no longer take the whole entire shape of the spawner. They are now decreased in size and inside the spawner. This still needs to be tweaked because I've noticed, for example, on the ghast itself, that the tentacles are still standing outside of the spawner. I don't know if they're going to fix this, or they wanted it just to stay underneath because this is such a huge mob. But they're hanging out, and you guys can see that it's definitely not inside the whole spawner. But yeah, it's definitely improved. For example, I don't know if the creeper did stand outside the spawner. Either way, it's definitely a lot smaller. But in last week's snapshot, I showed you guys the Enderman, and the Enderman itself was outside of the spawner. So they've reduced the size of this, which is a lot smaller. You can see, for example, how small it is compared to how it used to be. So that's what they're aiming for, to have all mobs inside spawners like this one. It's the same with the witch. This no longer stands outside. It's been reduced in size. Mushrooms are the same. The guardian is yet to be changed. You can see that the guardian is definitely hanging outside the spawner, so maybe that needs to be improved as well. But it's a big mob. It's hard to hide the tail as well. And horses, I did have a horse spawning here, but I removed it because it kept spawning lots of horses. They've also reduced in size as well. So that's pretty much the main changes that are noticeable in this snapshot. Again, nothing exciting because 1.9 is pretty much complete according to Mojang. But I wanted to show you guys something specific anyway. You guys can see here on this image posted on Mojang's website, notable changes, bugs, and more bugs, mainly focusing on bugs. Most of them fixed, only very few new ones introduced, less flickering in chunk rendering when blocks are placed or broken. The end has opened its gates again. Traveling to this dimension is not restricted anymore. The world also more diverse again. Many biomes are back from their vacation. More new sounds and some update sounds. Removed Herobrine. Of course, they have to post this. Bugs fixed in this snapshot. Some entities are displayed outside the spawner. That has been fixed. Certain entities not properly showing custom names when custom name visible set to true. Minecart with hopper and minecart with chest GUIs. Name is minecart. Achievement command was unreliable with statistics. All damage types cause knockback. That basically happened when you threw a damage potion at mobs. They would literally jump back all the time, which was kind of funny. Beacon MPE failed to load data for block entity. Variant biomes, M-type sunflower plains no longer being generated. Those biomes just did not spawn at all. Now, something else that Serge did tweet this week was this. He tweeted this literally a couple of days ago saying, I improved the glowing effect a bit to outline based on the real shape. Here's an example how it looks. So last week I showed you with armor stands, you can now outline the armor and the armor stand itself. He's done this with the static Ender Dragon, but I don't know how to do it. I haven't tried it, so unfortunately I can't show you in game, but that is going to be possible to outline the mobs. This is kind of like a trophy system. It's going to be used a lot on servers, I would imagine. So yeah, those are the noticeable changes in this week's snapshot. So let's do something a little different this week. Let's just kind of recap on some of the things that have been introduced in 1.9. A lot has been introduced. I can't focus on everything, but I will focus on some of the noticeable changes, which I think are pretty awesome. So for example, we have noticed that the boats have changed. These are now like Pocket Edition. You can see here we do have all types. I'm missing the oak one because I was messing around with it. But for example, let me show you guys. I'll show you guys how to craft this. Let's just grab ourselves some wood. And you need a shovel to actually make it. Now, it's a wooden shovel. You can't do it with any other type. So, for example, this would be how to normally make a boat. you actually have to have a wooden shovel there, so it does cost you a little bit more. They are apparently a little bit more durable, and you do have to double tap them. It's a lot more efficient on Pocket Edition because the way it works is that you literally double tap your screen. So I'm a little bit skeptical about them. However, they are new and they have been introduced, so that's one little bit of a feature. Also, they have introduced these, which are the Elytra. Now, these are the wings of Minecraft. Now, apparently, these were supposedly meant to work with your Minecon cape. They haven't done this. They did say if you had a Minecon cape, it should be in the Minecon color, but it doesn't. You literally put these where your armor would go. You cannot put two sets of armor on, which is very unfortunate. And you can see here, basically if I fly up, I can fly very far. This is a great addition. One of my favorite additions this is, because you can literally fly in Minecraft. But again, it's not unlimited flying, it's more like gliding. So I'm really impressed that they introduced this feature. They worked it very, very well. And I'm glad that they did introduce it overall, but I'm not going to mess with that. So something else that they did introduce, which I was really excited for, was the ability to use two hands. So if I hit F, once I got something in my hand, we can now do this. So I could place down torches, I could continue to mine, which overall is a great feature. I'm really excited that they did introduce this. It looks pretty cool too. You can't dual wield weapons, so you can't do double attacks. But yeah, that's a cool thing that they did introduce, and it's just, I'm glad that they did this. It does kind of work very differently. It may take some people a little bit of time to get used to it, but it's a great feature. They've also introduced some types of new food. They have introduced the popped chorus fruit. They've got the chorus fruit itself. These are from the end gate, the end dimension, which I will show you about towards the end. We've got beetroot, which naturally spawns in villages, and it's another source of food. You can make beetroot soup as well. Something else that's from Pocket Edition. I like that a lot. They've introduced new paths as well. Now to do this, you need a shovel. So if I grab myself just a normal diamond shovel, you literally use your right click, which will do this. Now left click would be to dig. Right click is literally to make yourself a path. Now mobs don't spawn on these, from what I know, which is cool, because I guess you got somewhere else that mobs don't spawn, and it's pretty awesome, so I like it. Now the next thing I want to talk to you guys about is here. This is the Ender Dragon head. Now, the Ender Dragon head, I think it's obtainable when you kill the Ender Dragon. I think it is. I'm not 100% sure. It might be another thing which is just creative only. And below it, we have here the End Crystal. Now, the End Crystal you gain from the 4 Horsemen, which I'm not going to spawn in. The 4 Horsemen is that they finally made the skeleton horses spawnable in Minecraft. Now, this is very rare. It's like a 0.9% chance that a natural white horse will spawn. When you go near it, it will spawn as the 4 Horsemen, which are 4 skeleton horses. Upon being killed, they will all drop these 100%, and the end crystals are used to respawn the Ender Dragon, which is a great ritual, actually. And let me just grab myself a lever. I'll show you guys something really cool with this. So I put down the lever here, I flick it. You guys can see that the mouth does move as well. So that's something else I really like about this. We've also got new types of potions, which are the lingering potions, and they do exactly what they say in the tin. They linger. So this will stay here for a long time, for a very long time, in fact. But if I go over it and I start to jump in it, it will reduce how long it's there for a lot. Like, it will start to minimize how much is there. So it's a cool potion. It works like normal potions, but you can see the lingering is there. The lingering effect will stay for a long time. You might not be able to see it, but behind me, it now shows the indication of where the potion effect is and how long you have the potion effect for. For example, I've got jump boost, and once it starts flashing, it starts to go, and it's rapid flashing, it's about to literally go as well. So it saves you doing this. You can still do this, but you don't really have to now, which I think is a massive bonus. Something else for Pocket Edition. Pretty awesome. Anyway, I'm not going to focus on the lingering potions too much, but to get them, you need Dragon's Breath, which is obtained from this, which is something that they took from console version, which is the Dragon's Breath, which is I think it's like the Ender Acid. You pick up the Ender Acid with normal bottles, and you keep it. And obviously you make the Dragon's Breath, and then you make the Lingering Potion. So these are very effective, but cannot be made until you've defeated the Ender Dragon, which now you can do in Minecraft multiple times because of the respawning ritual, which I just explained to you about. And something I really like about this is this. Let me just get rid of some of these. So we've got these. These are now new arrows. Again, it's very different how this works, and I think it goes to whatever's in the first slot. So you guys can see that this was in the first slot, and you can see that this actually displays an effect, and we can now pick up the arrows. Something that was really annoying in Minecraft is that you couldn't pick up the arrows because it was a bug, but now if you don't hit an entity, if you don't hit a horse, you don't hit a mob, they will naturally just spawn and stay in the ground, and you can pick them up. So you can see it goes in the order of how it is, so you make sure you have them in the correct order, and they look really cool. I like this. I've only just started to notice the particle effects, but a great addition, and you literally have arrows in the corresponding potions. So yeah, you guys will learn more about the spectral arrow. The spectral arrow itself is used to outline a mob. So let me try and find myself a mob real quick. So this isn't used for killing, and hopefully this works. hopefully it lets this work. Let's just try this. As you guys can see, this is the spectral arrow. It means you can see mobs and entities. It works with people as well. So if there was someone else in my game and I used to shoot them with a spectral arrow, I'll be able to see them. Let me try and shoot one of these. Oh, okay then. Oh, it's because I've already fired it. Okay. So yeah, I like that. It's a great addition. I'm just wasting arrows here. Arrows. Let's get rid of these. Don't need this. We've also got the introduction of shields. Shields. Oh dear. I don't really know what I think about these. They can be very overpowered and you can literally turtle. So if I grab myself another shield and I press F and I put this over here, we now have 2 shields and we're literally bombarding 300 soldier. But yeah, shields have been introduced. You can customize the shields with banners. Literally the same way you'd make banners, you do this as well. So it's cool. I like it. I do like the whole idea, but they're just very overpowered in my opinion. But they were introduced. And then we've got this here, which is something new as well. These are the new blocks. These are like in the end city itself. And we've also got in here the new mob, which is the shulker mob. The shulker mob is very, very interesting. And basically, I'm not going to show you guys how it works, but basically this will give you the levitation. I don't think you have a levitation potion, or do we? We do have... No, we don't. There was no such thing as a levitation potion. This is simply because, well, it'll be overpowered, and then you could do the full damage by falling down. But this little mob, I will show you guys in the end city. And something else that they've changed dramatically is to do with the attacking. The attacking is the biggest change. You guys can see it's slow there. I go options and I go to, I think it's in options, video settings, and I go to attack indicator. You got your crosses. You guys will see the attacking and how it works. You can see on screen by the crosses. We now have no spam clicking. You can spam click, but it doesn't do much damage. And I've done a specific video focusing on all the damage and how that works. So make sure you guys go and check it out. But this is an example. We now have a swipe attack as well. So if there's multiple mobs here, it would do multiple damage. I've noticed here as well, there's so many changes, guys. I can't cover it all, but I'll cover some of them. You guys can notice some of the water sounds have changed as well. So what I want to do, guys, is go to the end city, show you guys that. The rest of it, you guys have probably seen it on my channel anyway. But the end city is one of my favorite things as well. So let's go into here. I think now the end city is supposed to spawn up here. There's a lot of different sounds. I think every time now, the end city gate will spawn here. So let's just grab myself an ender pearl, because you do need ender pearls to do this. You fly yourself through. And then this is the end city itself. And these are meant to be rare. There's also like a pirate ship that spawns naturally on occasions, and that's where you find the new wings. But up here, you're going to find some new things as well. So to get in here, let's just say it's this way. There's multiple ones of these as well. So you're going to find a lot of these. Let's just get ourselves, can we get in here? Let's just get ourselves in here. These are the mobs itself, which of course are the shulker. And you're going to find some great loot in here. But overall, guys, a little bit of a basic recap for 1.9. You can do some parkour if you're good at parkour. I'm not the best, but you're going to get these mobs causing you absolute chaos. Just to grab yourself a little bit of loot. But you've got gold, you've got enchanted diamond armor, which you never really see enchanted diamond armor anywhere. So you're going to have a lot of loot. And I wonder if I can find myself one of the pirate ships, which have the other good loot as well. They are rare. Overall, I don't think we're going to find one. But 1.9, guys, I'm ready. And hopefully you guys are ready as well. It's going to be a very exciting update. I'm pretty sure you guys will fully agree. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to thumbs up. Take care, stay beautiful, and as always, I'll catch you next time. Bye!